Dear student, welcome to the course Introductory Agro-Meteorology and Climate Change. This is our unit 2 and today topic is Agro-Climatic Regions of India. The meaning of it that we will try to understand that what are the different climatic regions in India, what are their weather conditions and what are makes them more efficient for some particular crop production. Okay, that for such climate regions which crops are more beneficial to uh, for agriculture point of view. Okay, so let's recap over the lecture. And the previous classes I have discussed with Earth 4 sphere. What are that? Then I have discussed about the atmospheric weather variable in which I have covered the pressure and wind, and we have seen that how the effect of pressure and what is the effect of wind on in terms of the agriculture, and why when we have a better forecast of the pressure and wind for any particular climate zone, then we can advise the farmers that what kind of crops they have to produce and or they have to go for that particular crop agriculture. Okay, so these are the important. You have seen that pressure that varies or you can say decreases as we go from above to the earth surface, and the maximum pressure at the earth surface is that is 101 kilopascal has been measured. And we have also seen the wind, that how its direction as well as speed affects the climate zones, okay, or climate conditions from different part of the our earth system. Okay, so now in for today class the objective is that what are the different climatic region in India. Okay, and second point we will discuss that what are the important crops and weather condition in important climatic zones of India. Actually, we can divide the India in so many different climate regions. In all that climate region, we will discuss some few important climate zones, and we will see what are the main crops in that region and what are the weather conditions. As you know that for the India, but the variation is too much. If we just move a 300 kilometer from some point, even you will find a change in the culture, totally change in the culture. Okay, so as the culture changes, also the if you see the weather conditions also changes, but not for the up to 300 kilometer. But if I talk more than 300 kilometer up to 500 kilometer, there is a vast change in the climate. Okay, like Delhi and the Lucknow distance is not more than 600, but there is a too much difference in the climate condition from your Delhi and Lucknow, and you move from Lucknow to Bihar, again there is a change in the climate condition. So India is a country where you will find, if you see, there are almost 15 climate zones. Now India is a country of great geographical diversity, that I already have discussed now, that when you move from even Delhi to Lucknow and then Lucknow to Bihar, suppose that Patna, within the gap is not more than 600 kilometers, but you will find a wide or huge variation in the climates. So this is that India is a country of great geographical diversity. The variation in its territory, temperature, rainfall, and soils have closely influenced the cropping pattern and other agriculture activities. Okay. Now, if you look the western UP, even I'm talking about the UP. If you look the western UP, like nearby your Delhi NCR, Ghaziabad, Samli, Meerut here, the farmers are produced more sugarcane. Okay, but if you move to the eastern UP, they are producing mainly your wheat, your barley, all your makka, all these are the crops. Okay, so even in UP, not there is too much difference in terms of kilometers, 203 kilometers, you will find an variation into the in all points like terrain, temperature, rainfall, and even the soils. So for the planning and development of agriculture, the Planning Commission and the National Remote Sensing Agency, these two are the important agency of the India. They have divided the country into 15 agroclimatic regions based on their physiography and climate. Okay, so if you look over whole India, the whole India has been divided into the 15 climate regions on the basis of agro point of view. So what are the important climate regions of the India? The first one, that is northwestern mountainous region. Second is northeastern region. Third is the Satluj Yamuna Plain. Fourth is the upper Ganga Plain. Fifth is the middle Ganga Plain. Then sixth is the lower Ganga Plain. So you are seeing that it's Ganga. So this comes into the UP mainly. Okay. The northwestern mountainous region. This is your, I think your Simla, Kashmir, like that. Northeastern, your northeast state, your Assam, Mizoram, Tripura. Okay. Then Aravalli Malwa plateau of Maharashtra that is moving towards the south. Okay. Now the Deccan interior, then eastern coast, western coast, Gujarat region, the western Rajasthan, and the last one is the island of Andaman and Nicobar that you can see also in the map of the India. All 15 divisions has been put there. Okay, so this is the fifth one where the Ganga plain started. Okay, this is the 15th, the island of Andaman and Nicobar. This is the first one region. If we talk about the two, this is the northeast part. Okay, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, there comes. Then your western Rajasthan, that is point number your 14th. Here, this is the western Rajasthan, very uh, high temperature in that zone. Okay, then your Gujarat region, that is 13. Here, this is the Gujarat region. Then we can talk about your eastern coast, that is 15 4, that is 10th or 11th. Here, this is 10th or 11th region. So this you are seeing on the screen, these are the 15 major climate regions in which the planning commission has been divided the India. Now what we will see one by one some try to understand some important try to cover in this lecture few important climate regions of India. Okay. Now the first we are talking about the northwestern mountainous region. Northwestern mountainous region, that is the hilly area. What it covers the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So you are aware with the Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, and here you can see on the screen that this zone is purely mountainous region and it is situated in the northwestern of the India. So this is called northwestern and mountainous region. The low temperature, snowing and inclement weather in winters hinder the intensification of agriculture. Okay, it has snow-covered peaks, dissected topography, steep slopes, perennial rivers, evergreen and deciduous forest, and the thin cover of soil on undulating slopes. What are the agriculture activities? Agriculture activities are mainly practiced in these valleys and river terraces are rice, maize, wheat, oats, barley. These are the important crops that are actively cultivated there. And orchards, apple. Apart from this, apricot, almond, walnut, lychees, lagavet, cherry, peach, and pears. These are some important fruits that are produced in that area, and these are some important crops that are produced in the area. So these are the hilly or mountainous region and it is situated in the northwestern of the India, so it is called the northwestern mountainous region. Now the second one is the northeastern region. It sprawls over the seven state. They generally be called the seven sister. Okay, the north. If you see the northeast state, seven, that is Assam, then your Meghalaya, then your Tripura, your Nagaland. Okay, so all these compromises all four important states. They together also called the seven sisters. Is across the seven states, also known as the seven sisters of northeastern India. The two divisions, the first is the valley of the Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is the longest river in that side. Second, the hilly tracts of the seven states. So these states, that is the combination of seven states, that the region can be divided in mainly two parts. One is the valley of the Brahmaputra river, and second is the hilly tracts of the seven states. Now, abundance of rainfall. As you know that the Cherrapunji is Cherrapunji is the place where the highest your rain has been recorded. Okay, so rainfall is recorded in the Cherrapunji. There is a continuous rainfall mostly in the northeast states. So abundance of rainfall, high relative humidity, and mild to warm temperature. These are the some important characteristic of the climate zone of northeast region. And rice is the dominant crop in the region, highly productive alluvial soil suited for the cultivation of tea. Tea is the important one. Jute, pineapple, ginger, oranges, guava, maize, potato, and vegetables. These are the main crops that are cultivated in these states. Okay, now you can also see some line here. What are the seven states? Arunachal Pradesh, okay, capital Itanagar, Assam, Dispur, Shillong, Meghalaya, Kohima, Nagaland, Manipur, Imphal, Aizawl, Tripura, Agartala. This is Mizoram. So one state, first one is Arunachal Pradesh, Assam 2, Meghalaya 3, Nagaland 4, Manipur 5, Mizoram 6, Tripura 7. These are the seven states, and these together called as the seven sisters. And if you look in terms of natural beauty, these are the awesome one. Hope some of you have also visited, like Shillong is the very famous destination. Then in the Dimapur there is a flower of valley, and there is a river situated near the Bangladesh. The water is so clear that even you can see the even the crystal clear water. Okay, even you can see the clearly the fishes how are floating into the river. That is also very famous one. And this is the tea wagons where the people are picking up the leaves. Tea is the important crops that are cultivated in these regions. Okay. Now the important third one is the Satluj Yamuna Plain. So you are in near about Delhi NCR, aware with the Yamuna Plain, Yamuna Nadi. So where it includes Satluj. Satluj is in Punjab. So it includes states of Punjab and Haryana. Some part of the Yamuna also flowed nearby Delhi NCR. Annual range temperature is high. Average annual rainfall ranges between 50 centimeter and 85 centimeter. The Satluj Yamuna plain is extensively irrigated by canals taken out of Satluj, Beas and Yamuna rivers. Rice, sugarcane, maize, cotton, fodder and pulses are the major kharif crops, while wheat, peas, barley, gram and oilseed are grown in the your Rabi season. Okay. Agriculture is generally market oriented, and farmers paying more attention towards orchard and vegetable cultivation. Dairy is also an important economic activity in the region. The Upper Ganga Plain. It stretches over the greater parts of the Ganga Yamuna Doab and Rohilkhand and Lucknow division. This is the main area through which the Ganga river flows. So this is the plain Ganga region, and the upper part covered with highly productive alluvial soil. The soil is very productive. It has sub-humid climate, warm summers and cold winters. The average annual rainfall ranges between 65 centimeter and 120 centimeter. The region has the dominance of rice, sugarcane, maize, pulses and millets in the Kharif season, and that of wheat, oilseed, pulses, potato and vegetable in Rabi season. It has numerous orchard of mango, guava, peaches, lychees and hectares. So this is your Upper Ganga plain, and it's mainly covered the Lucknow near about areas and Rohilkhand. Okay, and this is also known as Ganga Yamuna Doab because these two rivers meet there. Now let's summarize the lecture. An agroclimatic zone is a land unit in terms of major climate suitable for a certain range of crops and cultivars. The planning aims at scientific management of regional resources to meet the food, fiber, fodder and fuel need without adversely affecting the status of natural resources and environment. With the 329 million hectares of the geographical area, the country presents a large number of complex agro-climatic situations. Several attempts have been made to delineate major agro-ecological regions in respect to soils, climate, physiographic and natural vegetation for macro-level planning on a more scientific basis. They are as follows: agroclimatic regions by the planning commissions, agroclimatic zones under National Agriculture Research Project, that is NARP, agroecological regions by the National Bureau of Soil Survey and Land Use Planning, and we have found out that the total 15 important agroclimatic zones has been in India. Okay, and from them 3 or 4 I have covered in this lecture. These are the reference that you can use for the study. Now these are the important questions for the practice, that how many agroclimatic zones are found in India? 15. How many main agroclimatic zones are in Uttar Pradesh? For this question you have to search and find out what are the agroecological zones, how many agroclimatic zones are there in Haryana, what are the main crops in the upper Ganga plain. Your upper Ganga plain is the region near about the Lucknow and your Royalkhand. So these are the questions that you can practice. So, as far as the today lecture concerns, we have seen that the government agency, that is the Planning Commission, has been divided the India into 15 climatic zones, in which out of 15, for today lecture I have covered 5 important zones. One is the Northwestern Mountainous region, like your Himachal, Jammu, Kashmir and Uttarakhand. Then we have covered Northeast region, where your all the 7 states come, that is the 7 sisters. Then we have covered the Ganga, upper Ganga plain. We have considered the climatic zone of Haryana and Punjab, Satluj, Ganga plain. So these are the important zones that we have seen in terms of what are the important crops, what are the weather conditions there. Okay, so that is for the today class. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.